Pastor Mbiri, how are you today? Morning, Richard. How are you today? And Abadi Mukamori. Good morning. I make her smile, I make her laugh, laugh, laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine, wine, wine. Morning, Nick. How are you today? I'll make you one, me make you one, me make you one, me. I'll make you smile. After that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. But before we play, yeah. Morning, Isaac. How are you today? Situan ready mujidabie. We're gonna make them jump. We're gonna make them dance. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Go for you, yo. It is a para pa pa pa, para pa pa pa. It's very hard to manage a speed limit up on these slopes here on the northern bypass. It's very hard. How are you people today? Today we're going to be talking exotic cars. Exotic cars. And why people like me should avoid exotic cars at any necessary point. People like me that come from a humble background, and we're going to look at what a humble background is. Probably even rename it. So we're going to be talking about why people like me that come from what is called a humble background currently should avoid exotic cars. We will first of all define exotic cars, then define humble background. I think the word humble background is not proper. Kati nze bwemba avuga speed limit, ono guy wakawara umu avuga ki? Banda bempisa jampisizaamu kali ku speed limit agisuseemu speed nga you know bwemba avuga speed limit nzira mweno lane yabatagisi eyabayisa because bamvuga speed limit kitegeeza you're supposed to overtake me if I'm going below the speed limit. You're not supposed to overtake me when I'm at the speed limit. Joshua, good morning. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. You see the other place I went to where our border. The traffic police used to be there and get overspeeding cars. So that's why people slow down a little when they come to this slope. But once they notice that the police is not there, you know my phone is showing me 5G. You may think we are too it's buffering. It's not about the phone. A friend of mine was telling me iPhone buffering. I almost asked him, what do you use the iPhone for? Because if you're using the iPhone for TikTok, if Technos don't buffer. Chisasi police post waliwo Subaru Satu. 3 Subarus, and they're all new. 3 Subarus crashed in the last like 3 months probably. 3 Subarus. There is also a Raum. There is also an Alex, the Toyota Alex. The Alex guys, I understand sometimes the Alex guys drive recklessly. They think they have a superpower of the car. Yes, good morning Abby, good morning. It should be called poor background and avoid the euphemism of humble. In Zakagambo euphemism, njagala nnyo kakozi. Euphemism? Euphemism. Era kyawandi nze nsomye ekikyamu. Euphemism. Kati bwe njogera euphemism dai. Euphemism, anti ka M kaba silent. Mba nkozesa British accent. Okitegedde? Euphemism. Nega, how are you guys? First of all, we are talking about two concepts today, exotic cars and humble backgrounds, and we are going to try and dissect these two. First of all, tutandikire kwa humble background since Gideon has started it. Normally they use the word humble background to mean poor background. Obviously, like if you grew up in poverty, then they start saying you came from a humble background to kind of not make it very unpleasant. But personally, I believe it should probably be called humbling background. Why? We normally joke about it with my mechanic. Ngagamba ffe twakulira mbwavu. Obwavu buko humblinga. Balekera okugamba nti we are humble. Okitegeera. It's the background that humbles you. It's a humbling background. Okulira mbwavu ffe for omuntu anunako munnyo ewa neighbor bali no bapangisa baffe ne tunonayo omunnyo okitegeera nga naffe tumanyi nabo bajja kunona okitegeera. So that background humbles you to know that sometime omunnyo gugwawo nga sente zikugula teziriiwo ne mugenda ewa maama gundi n'abawa ku munnyo okitegeera. Ekintu ekitaano naye sukaali, ndoza sukaali yabanga aswaza nnyo okukola ki okunona mba neighbor. So actually never neighbor sabara wakunga banona sukari. So I think sugar is quite different. Like you can take your tea without sugar, and so many times we actually did take tea without sugar. Then you at in senior 1 nagamba jjajja wange omanyi seetaaga sukari. Nagamba kikakasa ne muga seetaaga sukari. But the actual thing is that I was just tired of living high in debt. Ngabulwemba ngenda ku ssomero. Manya nti muleka mabanja ga mitwalo ng'ebiri. Actually sukali migati ebyo nabenda ngambirika nga ngenda nga bwendi nze kastampa transport. Ngamba nkikutudde nga ngenda okitegeera. So I would basically just do that. So it was a humbling background. Of course, by doing that nenjigamu nti ka pride akatonotonako kalungi, because nabeerangayo ku ssomero nennywa obuugi wange obutaliimu sukaali nga sirina gwe nsabye sukaali. Of course, until my friend then, God rest his soul, Tony yajja nga ye taswala kusaba mpa ku sukaali ate bw'omumuma n'akulangira n'agolooza tolifa okitegeera yakulangiranga lwaki omumma sukaali. And then at a certain time we got a trick of tricking our girlfriends then into buying us stuff. Nga nze ne Tony ffe tusinga okukikola. We also had another friend called TJ. Nga kyetukola nkeera ku makya nengenda nengamba girlfriend wa TJ omanyi TJ mulwadde naye yaŋŋaanya okugamba naye mulwadde nsaagala ogambe nti saakugambye naye nga TJ mulwadde nnyo aye tetulina sukaali tetulina sente za sukaali tetulina escort kugamba embeera yo si nnungi olwaleero. And that's basically what we would do I will do it for him this week, and next week he will do it for me, the other week he will do it for Tony, and it sort of paid off. So in a way, the poor background taught us to not only be humble. For me, it taught me to have a little pride, but it also taught me to kutetenkanya. Era abana basinga okutetenkanya Kampala wano be baana abava mu poor background oba humbling back. It should not be called humble background. It should not be called humble background. Good morning, Lucky Mose, Paddy. Comparison pickup versus cars. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. Lucky Mose. Dennis, good morning. Mark, October, Agaba Barry, yes. Yeah. So we are talking about exotic cars and humbling backgrounds. From Today and Kagamba. I grew up from a humbling background. Humbling is a substitute of poor, but humble is not a substitute of poor. Humble, sometimes it wasn't really a choice. Majority of the people that I know that were humble when they were broke, when they go to this, they stop being humble. Me, I've never been humble. It's just that bofuna mu kasente abantu batandika okulaba nti toli humble. Naye nga oli babadde tebakiraba. When you have no money, baba balira banga da omwana oyo ayina eddalu. Naye bwofuna sente diva mu ddalu ne gafuuka amalala. Okitegeera ebintu bye wali okola ng'oli mwavu nga baliyita eddalu. Bw'obikola ng'ofunye sente bagayita malala. Era ne batandika okugamba simanya pride goes before a fall. Simanya bikoze bitya. Okitegeera. Bro, not humble yet. I'm poor. I think basically I don't know, the humbleness comes in an automatic way. Nti bwobato ina sente za taxi bulungi wetowaza conductor noyogera naye bulungi bwembate muina sente kati fenga abakulanze nakula jjajja na kusomera Kitebi Primary School for the guys that know Kitebi Primary School. Of course it used to be a big school nga banne ba chams abana ba chams twasomanga nabo abana ba minister twasomanga nabo, but nga tusaswe emitwalo 2 mu kakaga twasanga emitwalo 2 mu kakaga naye nga jjajja wanga ajja kusomera neyigaira ngira ba HM deputy bamumanyi. Okitegeera twalina omusomesa amita Mrs. Kigwana yasomesanga math yalina akaana nga kagezi, God rest his soul, ne kafa nga tuli mu P5 I think. Twali mu P5 akaana nga kagezi Mrs. Kigwana, waliyo Mrs. Kigozi teacher Nalongo. Okitegeera. So anyway, humbling background zenga jjajja ajja ne yeegayirira. Okitegeera emitwalo gira 2 kakaaga naye ng'era ovayo taamu eno nga bakubanja noddayo taamu ejja n'osasula eza taamu ewedde eza taamu eyo ne bazikubanja. Okitegeera. And somehow would then I was there's a time I was sponsored by this organization called Ambassadors of Hope. Chida mesimonyi wachichali nayo na chigugolingako nga nange njagala mende fuke supporter somehow because nange wan supportingako. Actually even the Bible I have Ambassadors of Hope bebajimpa. So Ambassadors of Hope ngolumu basasula olumu ne batasasula kati olumu batasasudde ndoza nange nze mudanga azadde abaana babiri bokka mundeke nyine ebintu bye nayita mbisagala abaana bange bayitemu nedda. Era bwe neekuuma because nyine ebintu bisagala abaana bange bayitemu kubanga as a parent if you die young noleka abaana abato, I'm going to tell you your kids are going to suffer. It's like your kids are going to pay for your sins. Because my parents died when I was 2, they died of HIV. And HIV, we both know HIV tebabonywera mazzi. HIV tajja because olidde butto omubi. HIV tajja because otambulidde mu motoka all the time nofuuka fat. We know where it comes from. So in a way, it comes because of irresponsibility. You get it? Okay, let me see. Naye Arthur, we should avoid luxury cars. It isn't Crown a luxury car. Ngo yagara Crown. Njagala nanti sinagitukako because I'm from a humbling background. And I'm still humbling. It's still humbling me now. Sinatuka mu mbeera we ngambira nti kati now I can stop being humble. Nchali humble. I was on X and couldn't believe my eyes. Abana ba Uganda don't mind hygiene at all. Mu toilet y'olukale mwana salabye I've looked for that thing simpulira biwulire mu lugambo. I think I'm in the wrong circles. Bu video bujja sibulaba, I'm in the wrong circles. Impulirako bulire ndika video kagundi kafulumye ka video kagundi. But me was fasting. Okay, I think I can eat fruit. Thank you. Mwe, do you guys know that I've done 18 hours? Kazenza fasting abananga. Baba wo muntu akuwa ebyokulya nge ebyokufasting ayagala obiveeko. This is like I can eat this at 4 p.m. right? Yeah? Even the pineapples, even these fruits. By the way, Dr. Jonathan had to go about intermittent to fasting. I've so far done 2 days. Monday I did 18 hours of not eating. I was only drinking water. Tuesday I did 18. Please take the fruits. I'm not going to eat them. Guy, I've done 2 days. Even today I'm going to do 18 hours of no eating, and I feel great. I don't know if I've lost weight, but I feel great. Anyway, today omwavu alina kuba n'empisa. How far with our WhatsApp group? Banange WhatsApp group mujimanja naye nkyayagala kukola objectives eziri clear so that tetukola group nga tukoze bukoze group and it really needs to have clear objectives. It needs to function what this broadcast cannot, what the broadcast can't do. Poor and indiscipline shouldn't be in the same sentence. Bwana Arthur, poor and indiscipline. So it's rich people that should afford to be indisciplined, right? It's the rich that I think it's, but mwe, it's not indiscipline. What muntu nga mulalu naturally. Good morning, Jerome. There are people that are stubborn naturally. It's just that when you're poor, it's okay to be stubborn. When you're rich, it's not okay. You get like when you're poor, no jerega bavu banno, it's okay. Ne no mara ofunamu kasente no bajerega byebimbi wajibwe bajerega ngoli mwavu bayinza no kuloga. I don't know if I make sense. If you're poor and you make fun of any person, it's okay. But get some money and make fun of people, then you'll be the most bad-mannered person they have ever seen. I think you should put a line on luxury, because you, in your Corolla, that can be luxury. Moses, this is not luxury. I'm telling you, this is not luxury. Moses, I'll tell you, I drive because I have to drive. So this can't be luxury. As a matter of fact, today we are early because we woke up at 4:30. Yesterday we were very late because of the jam the other day. We got home at midnight, so we slept and we didn't even hear the alarms. So we woke up at exactly 6. So we were late yesterday. So for us to make it to town early, we have to wake up at 4:30 because, well, Mama Ban has to prepare the kids and all that. Of course, me, I get some beauty sleep after that, because then they sleep in the car when I'm driving. So I bachita bacha ngatawo akokanene mu luzungu nkamanyi naye kanne kati memory ganje. Anyway, enemoroka si luxury. If I were to do luxury, omuntu yenaenda bwakugamba nti avuga any Corolla as a luxury aba akulimba. Corollas were not made for luxury. Corolla RX, Corolla Fielder, Corolla Primo is a Corona. Corolla, all Corollas, Corolla Karibu, Corolla G Touring, Corolla Rumion is a Moroccan. It's just that they are overpriced, but they are not luxurious cars. You know, we're talking about luxury, exotic, okay, over supercars. We're talking about luxury, supercars, exotic. We mean cars that are rare, that are very expensive. They were even buzz producing and they are limited edition. But we're talking about cars like the Crown. That's pure luxury. Guy, I don't know if you guys have sat in a Crown, but when you sit in a Crown, you know what luxury means. When you sit in a Kawondo, you know what luxury means. When you sit in a Kluger, you know what luxury means. Now, Of course, now you'll find that there is a time when they sold the Rumion at the same price as almost like a Kaundo, almost at the same price like a Kaundo. But the people that bought the Rumion at 42 million, they were misguided. The Rumion is not a luxury car. All Corollas are not luxury cars. Coronas were luxury in a way. Chovola in the Mark II bajita Corona. Even a Mark II is a Corona. And the Mark X come out of a Corona Mark II. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So Coronas were kind of luxury before these guys innovated. Nebali tazi Chesa, nebali tazi Crown, nebali tazi Mark X. But the Corollas, buli Corolla tiwabawo omuntu akugamba nti avuga Corolla ng'agivuga as a luxury car. Mbeera ye betuvuza Corolla. Nze nkubulira mbeera ye nvuza Corolla era bwe nfunamu kasente bwenti. Hey. We are humble. Omukumpunyi. Omukumpunyi Anthony, omuyisa omukumpunyi. Tannakumpuna. So when we talk about luxury, when we talk about exotic, when we talk about supercars, we're talking about a kanga wujivuga about it turns eyes. There is this gentleman that brought me his Dodge. It's one of few. Ntono nnyo e Kampala Dodge ezo bw'ozinoonya. It's a Dodge bichi. It's a Jeep. Bazigula ku zero mileage abazigula. Now that's a luxury car. That's a supercar. That's an exotic car. It's a yaleta Dodge yongeri ku UAK naye yangamba bagitunda dola omutwalo gumu ze million ya 3.6 ngeri ku UAK, but I can tell you eri ku kilometer emitwalo 7.13 Dodge yo je yandetira. So kati yo Dodge is an exotic car. Because basobola okugamba oli asobola okugamba njagala Dodge njagala jigula nozinonye kampani ozisanga mu 3 ngindala zonna zaafa. Ate naye yoyo omwami yagireeta because he was having challenges with suspension ngaze kumbuza kyayinza kikolera. Noyo, it's because babeera Mengo. So the church they go to is Rubaga Cathedral oba Namirembe Cathedral okitegeera because he wasn't a Muslim okitegeera. Balabika bami ba oba he's from a family yabarangira nga bami ba kabaka and something like that okitegeera. So their home is in Mengo. They go to church in Rubaga or Namirembe. When they have to go out, they go to Acacia Mall. That car doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, that's why it's still healthy. Kati jaksanga omuntu baba yajigula nga abeera matuga Dodge yafadda e parkinze. Izemoro kati bazikola kutambula ngendo nyingi ku makubo mabi okitegeera. Kati okay bye. Bwabanga agivuze bwojigula n'ogikulusanya nga Corolla bwekulusana. Buno Corolla bwaffe bwabakulusanya okitegeera. Arthur, I think you should put okay. Good morning. Uganda is Palmwatu, but ye omuntu yamazemu amaanyi. Kyenjagala okumanya. Mukasuka amayinja bantu mmwe. Haven't you done those things in inappropriate places before? If you haven't, you should, otherwise mujja bikolanga mukaddi. Just find inappropriate places and do it. But you know, it's just that this person was recorded, JK. Nesalmi. It's just that Bob aba recordings. Abantu babikolanga bulijjo namwe. Babikolanga. It's just that these particular ones were recorded. Kyekyoka ekiriwo. Banja ababikola ne bataba recordinga. Ne tutabamanya na bamanya. Temula ne Sheila Gashumba kye yakola. Abawananga babikolanga. Yeah. Ata kati mwe bajjeke bamuva Bulaya babibaweereza kati mbisabye na bisa. Namwe mukimanyi. It's just that mwe kati gwe jjeke nga goli civil toyinza kusharinga bintu ebyo. Niye abaana bo babisharinga naawe. Abaana babikolanga. Anyway, today ku luxury cars, exotic cars, supercars and humble backgrounds. A humble background is a poor background. Tibabalimba. Kiba kitegeeza okulira mbwavu obwekika ekyawa kunze nakulira mbwavu. I can tell okumanye twakulira mbwavu. Bw'oba tolyanga ku mukene n'akawunga ng'emmere toyina bwavu bwali obadde munze mbabuulira. Oyina kuba na mugagga nnyo essaawa eno. Ffe twalyako mukene n'akawunga. Okitegeera. Twalyako ffe mukene n'akawunga. Nga ne mukene tumwewoze wa maama Kenny. Anange. Chobula ulumbu njira nga jaja nkamwelezeyo kasente. Nga gagende wa mama Kene akoleyo mukene wa 5. Nogenda wa mama Kene wewola mukene. Gende wa mama Kene akoleyo kota ya sukali. That was a humble background. That was a humble background. Poor humbling, si humbling background. Kati mwe bemba wakulange wamwe mugula kilo ya sukali temwali bubi. Bemba mwakula nga mugula mugati munene temwali bubi. Especially if you're in your 30s and late 20s. Mwabata ab'emyaka 17 18 muzembeere tandise okulongookako. Boba wakulange wamwe fe mugati omunene twagula banganga abagenyi bazze, because remember when visitors come, they would carry a kilo of sugar and a big bread for the people they are going to visit, right? So that's the time we would see a big bread and a kilo of sugar. But other than that, era jajja wange ekintu ekyo kyamulemeddemu. Ne bwaba ina sente zenkana ki yesukali agula kota, ne muga jajja lwaki togula kilo. Nze nabwe mba ngenda okula jajja nga twalayo kilo za sukali eziwerako. Abeeko ne kilo za sukali mu nyumba. Ne mune jajja wange ekyamulemeramu. I think the situation humbled her so much. Naye ate nga jajja wange teyali badde bubi. One of the things that my jajja did ekyamubeeza bwatyo ekyasooka yazaala abaana nga bangi. Ekyokubiri abaana abamu ne bafa ne bamulekera abazzukulu. Okitegeera. Ekyokusatu naffe abazzukulu bwe twetongola ate nga yali anoonya bayamba. Okitegeera. So emu ku bintu ebyamuleetamu eyo situation. But and personally mbiyigiddeko. Abantu bangi abakulidde mu mbeera gye nkuliddemu ne batayiga. N'akulira mu mbeera ng'akirabira ddala ba dependents babadde bangi, and it's the reason why my parents have been broke or poor. Okitegeera. It's quite clear that my parents are poor or broke because they have a lot of people they are looking after. Naye bw'akula n'agenda mu kyalo n'atandika okulondalonda yo obwana abuleeta abulabirire nga ne bazadde baabo gye bali. Anyway, I just wanted to point out that, okay, of course the humbling background gye tuyisemu ebiseera emwe ebaako ne cause. It doesn't just come. Okitegeera, if your kids grow up in a humbling background, in a poor background, it's going to be your fault. It's going to be your fault. It won't just be happening randomly. You just have bad luck. It happens because of a reason, choices that we make. Arthur, being poor brings you to be a humble person. You can't be stubborn when you're poor. If you spoil someone's property, you can't afford it. That's why being poor leads to being humble. Yeah, but me, I grew up from a humble, but we were stubborn. Oh, na ile dalu. Of course, dalu yo mwavu libako limit. Tokwata kubitali bibyo. Era me, I grew up knowing that ekitali kyange sikwata kubitali byange naye nange sagala kwata kubyange nga tonsabye. Sagala na kunsaba byange. Okitegeere nze nali sikwata kuki actually ne kakati ekitali kyange sikikwata ko kujja nga kuyambako kitereka banchi manyi bayinza okukibba nodda mu humble background. Okitegeera so sikwata ku kitali kyange because nakula bwento nga nkimanyi bwe nkikwatako n'enkyonoona. Okitegeera. Good morning Chris Fitness, Abdurrahim, they were just unlucky. They were exactly. Thank you Abdurrahim, kyayogedde kituufu. Abantu abo babadde just unlucky that someone people do those things. People kati mulabanze wali ku Bat Valley mbanyambuka ku office mumuloze mumanye emirundi gye nsanze abantu mu madaala nga bagenda kwegadanga nze mba stoppinga olw'okubanzize neera ogenda okugiranga amaaso gonna gamyuse nga babadde redde ate lwenyinyuka leeti bannange mukama atusaasire. People do those things. It's just that these people were recorded. Ebyo ebintu abantu babikolanga. Ndi ku mission 2005 ate you beat this series ku million munana. Ha Salmini ukati boyagala kubba bubbi nkulaba. At a comment about BMW X6 and X4 is a motoka. Mba nkulimba nti nzimanyi sizimanyi. Those are luxury cars. One thing you need to understand about BMWs, Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen, from what I've learned, nzimanyi nebuuza nnyo, from what I've learned, those cars have literally the same problems. Gearbox issues. And the gearbox issues wouldn't actually happen if you took care of that car the way you're supposed to. But because the oils that go to in the gearboxes of those cars are expensive, people end up putting the cheap alternatives of the real gearbox oil that is recommended. And when you do that, when you do that gearbox ojita, it's like having a CVT gearbox, not take a CVT gearbox that is cheaper than what Toyota is offering. So you go to Toyota Uganda ne bagamba lita ya gearbox oil ya mitwalo 12 gwe no gamba kangene bulo bwo musanvu. Okitegeera, that's what happens with BMWs, Mercedes Benz and Volkswagens. Okitegeera nti gearbox are the actually gearbox is the biggest issue in those cars. Then BMWs have another issue which doesn't actually disturb Mercedes Benz and Volkswagens. It has a cooling system issue. I think BMW, the cooling, the components, the material they use to design their cooling systems is not good, or it's delicate. Omuliro guyitamu over a certain period of time eyonooneka. Kati ate bano bamakanika baffe ne batetenkanya emmotoka ne zitandika okucamuka. Mpoza ekizibu ekirala ekiri mu mmoloka ezo ge masannyalaze. Mmoloka yiyo brand new, kye bayita mezi brand new. Erimu n'obuveera bwayo, erimu n'obuveera bwayo. Ndowooza ntegerekese. I've never driven it can auto, I've never, but what I've heard about BMWs in general. Now the X6 and X4, those cars ziwangala bwo zirabiridde bulungi. I've seen people, but it's just that people drive them on weekends nabo bazitya, and of course it's a luxury car. Okitegeera. And today we are talking about how people from humble backgrounds should avoid luxury cars. Okitegeera. Good morning, Arthur. Okay, eyo njimazi. Wasuzotya nasuze bulungi Isaac. Wasuzotya baba. Small fish and posho. How about posho and salt? How twali bavu na yawo tetwatuuka twalina abatuwola. Twalina ewa mama Ali, twalina ewa mama Kenny nga twewolayo. Ewa mama Ali twagendangayo kunonayo binene kuba mama Ali yalina stock nene. Mama Ali yabeeranga ne stock nene. Mama Ali yabeeranga ne stock nene kati ye nga tugenda kwewolayo binene. Naye wa mama Kenny ng'obutono gye tunona gendo ga mama Ali ampoleyo obugati bw'ebibiri. Why you people you joke with humbling backgrounds? And you people, mwali mulidde ku bukupa. You people think waliwo omuntu ali obukupa nga buli out of love. Fetwalyanga obukupa. You guys, have you ever eaten kumva ze bayitenderema biba bikoola? Biba bikoola. Mwali mulidde ku timpa. Hey, you people. Kakati, echirala, if you have never spent 6 months without eating meat, you did not grow up from a humble background. It's like meat was being eaten in half years. Timo junior tujja kulya ennyama ne mu December tulya ennyama. Hey. My guy. At least you could afford food, school, proper shelter. Naye waliyo obwavu super. Ate obwavu nga ne shelter teriiwo, ne mmere teriiwo. Family ye beetaaga ne bateeka masooka bagiteeka mu counseling. Because people like that, let me tell you the qualities of people that kubanga obwavu Chris Fitness bwoyogerako, the kind of poverty where they can't afford school fees, they can't afford shelter, they can't afford food. That poverty is actually in the mindset, I can tell you. Those people, I've talked to people like that. People like that are the kind of people that believe that they need to have a lot of kids. That mwaba abana abanji bebazale mu mulivaali bajja mu bwavu. I'm telling you, I've talked to such people. Nzaba abantu, some of them I don't even have mercy for. I don't even feel pity for them. Ochitegera, because some of this poverty is made in the mind. Ochitegera, it's made in the mind. Kati abonze abamu sibasasira. Waliwo abalina poverty nga it was called misfortune, but still if it was caused by misfortune, abazadde abatera okutuuka mu mbeera eyo, they work and they come back up. Baddamu ne basituka. I've seen such people as well. Okitegeera. Chris Fitness watulabangako omwavu nga mwavu ddala naye nga buli mwaka azaala. ojja kutya ngagamba katuzaale ate sente zituleme n'abaana batuleme ng'abazaala. Those are the people that go to Kiruddu. Okitegeera nga bazaalira mu Kiruddu nga they are okay, ate they are the happiest. Basimayiringa n'okutusinga n'omusanga asimayiringa no asimayiringa ki ikwe amaanyi agasimayiringa agajjawa. Okitegeera. Good morning Devil King. Good morning Sanji Phone Solutions. May the Almighty give your Jaja what her heart desires here on earth and thereafter. Amina Karim. Good morning General Atham. We were broke but food and fees were always paid. The house my mom rented was in a very sorry state for the first 6 years of my primary school. Kati cheke nayo waliko muhambo background nkulabi. Kati ati school fees batizabulu omanya mama wo. Naera ne food kisinzira food ki. Kisinzira food ki. Tuleme gamba bugambi food. Waliwo ne food nga ya humbling background. Kati nga mukene n'akawungu. Mukene n'akawungu. Kati faba mtu agala nnyo amatoke because amatoke yabange mmere ennungi ewaka. Okitegeera nga when you eat matoke then you eating good food. Jjajja wange yafumba nge toke nga ho etoke bali mane mukene tomanya nti oli mukene. Okitegeera nga atafumba mukene nga mubaragavu. Neera mukene ne bwomufumba nga mubaragavu mukene n'akawunga tekigenda. Era mukene n'akawunga kati bwofuna mukulu sente kati mukene n'akawunga otandika obbiri azeera kijale. Olw'olumu ng'obiyoya buyoya. Naye wali tetwabiyoyanga. Mukene akawunga n'ebinyeebwa. Omanya akawunga n'ebinyeebwa. Of course there are tribes that eat kawunga and binyeebwa happy because that's their staple food. Ngana fe utuli amatoke n'ebinyeebwa gladly. Why is poverty referred to as humble? It's just a polite way of telling people you grew up poor. It's just a polite way of telling Arthur you grew up poor. Arthur grew up from a humble background. Just say it, you grew up poor. Wa mwali bavu ewamwe fe twali bavu. Ate okumanya twali bavu. When I reached secondary school when I was around senior 2 senior 3. Ng'omuzadde akyalira omwana we nga jidde mu pick up ng'oyo aba mugagga. Oyo ng'aba mugagga omuzadde ajja mu pick up. You guys don't know kudondo. Ng'oyo aba mugagga anti emotoka yabanga emotoka tezaalinga mu kirasi fe kati fe abava mu humble background. Of course kati for kids, especially for kids eka is eka. Naye kati mulimu abaana abaawula emotoka enkadde ennyo eddugala ennyo kati ntabani wange abyawula amanya emotoka y'abali mpya emotoka y'abali yo nnene okitegeera kati wange abyawula. Mulimu abaana ababyawula naye ffe twayinga emotoka yabanga mmotoka nkasiteba ngetokota mu butokosibweta mwe bagundi muyine emmotoka mwe bagundi. I remember my auntie from around P5 I would go for holidays and my auntie nga bawa ayine emmotoka ng'olumu ajja ne pick up. He also had a driving school. Ng'olumu ajja n'akamotoka ka driving school and man yajjanga ne pick up. Kati nze nga bagamba ewaba Arthur balina motoka nga bajja ne tuzanyira mu pick up ne tubuuka. That's humbling background. Let's go to exotic cars. Now exotic cars are rare cars, expensive cars, super cars. That's what we call exotic cars. Okitegeera ng'emmotoka yakabi nnyo. That's an exotic car. Subaru Impreza is not an exotic car. Don't even mistake it. The Subaru Forester is not an exotic car. People that drive Subaru Forester tend to treat themselves like they are driving exotic cars. They are not exotic cars. Musubaru mulimu exotic cars. Na Forester, Impreza, Simanya Outback, those are not exotic. They just look good. The Outback looks good, but it's not an exotic car. The B4 looks good, but it's not an exotic car. Okitegeera. Ate kati ne kawundo tunatero jijja mbwa luxurious. Wakati buli muntu asobola kuvuga kawundo wali ne kawundo eze 15. Kati naye ngebeera nga mu UAM okitegeera nga abasookera ddala ozigula ze batula 15 awo 16 enamba eba nkadde nnyo nga n'eyingini yakakyuka emirundi ng'esatu. There are cars that we normally want to refer to as exotic. They are not, in actual sense, they are not exotic. When you look at those Jeep Wranglers, now those are exotic cars. When you look at the Mercedes-Benz Blue Tech, that's an exotic car. The X Series, BMW X Series, those are exotic. Now, there are cars that we want to refer to as exotic simply because the maintenance is high. But those cars, actually the maintenance wouldn't have been high if our mechanics understood them. Let me tell you the thing that happens with most Mercedes-Benz cars, BMWs, most thing is, as it had Volkswagens, the Mini Cooper. The reason why those cars disturb people is actually the mechanics. And it's not that the mechanics are really bad, it's because globally those cars disturb people. So we tend to want to think that they are exotic. They are not actually exotic. Emoroka josoro gena mu boni n'ogula ku milioni 4.35 teba exotic. Kitegeza mbopya bwayo eri mu milioni nga 12 bwebaje eri mbopya bwayo. I don't know if I make sense. Kitegeza yo teba exotic. Fe wano just tugule emoroka nkadde. Naye emoroka ya milioni 12 but jeke how much are your cars? Empya ewa mweze mugula e Denmark. That price is normal for the JKs in Denmark. Be a Huawei in Denmark, it's okay to buy a car that costs 120 million. It's just that for one, Uganda is generally a humble background. Can't talk about platinum credit in Vaku genda no genda. But platinum credit no about business cards. Why is okay? Morning, Semusu Wilbur. Abantu batuge yanga because they thought mom could afford better, but we left that place to go to her own house. Oh, Amina. Wajaja ina uwe nga ina n'ennimiro nga 2. Actually ina n'ennimiro 3. It's just that over the years yagenda nga azitunda I think nga ina obligations yagenda nga azitunda naye jajja nze nakula jajja ali mu nyumba yiye. Of course namusanga ali muyena endoza naye yapangisaako. JK yali humbling background fete batuge yako baba atuge yanga bage yanga jajja nze sabimanyanga. Me was a carefree child nzenga ebyo kuyanga sibimanyi. DSG gearboxes need service after every about 40,000 miles and Ugandans don't do that. I haven't driven a DSG gearbox car, but I have many colleagues who do. Oh, how about GMC cars? By the way, Moroke GMC because they are big engine, it's very hard for you to break them. It's hard for you to break a big engine car. 3,500cc, 4,000cc. Ezo engine in chizibu kujanga tojuwa service. Bwe servicing embudde. Chizibu kusanga nge Moroke kubye engine because they are big engine cars. Those GMC cars differ. It's just service ya azita. Orumune wiring because our mechanics here don't understand the wiring of those rare cars. Kat GMC ziba exotic because there any rare car go joraba we senga of Chrysler ziri exotic because osobola okuvuga kati in a week yona sinalaba Chrysler name Jaguar. Those are exotic cars. Era bobo yagala okuvuga emotoka ovuga exotic nga buli boyita bato buleze emotoka Jaguar simanya Chrysler izo GMC buli emotoka za America kati nebo ogula buno Opel sebo ne emotoka exotic because nayo tetutera bikalabika kandi banga bu Opel obusinga butono naye buli exotic. So exotic doesn't really just mean big, it means rare. Okitegera ngabora we bagambe ente enzungu kati emotoka enzungu mu oba enzungu ziba exotic nekira EV nayo eri exotic because nayo terabikalabika. And I think the government of Uganda should find a way of subsidizing so that we start buying our Chira EVs. But alikokola copies ezuwera nga buli mwaka basobola okukola copies nga15 baga copies 15 emoroka empya milioni 6 abantu ne bazigula because 60 million people can afford. But tumanya spare wa Kira EV wali wane Kampala si wa bei ba makanika bategera Kira EVs nabo batendese webali okitegeere. I simanyi twetaga ba minister kati nga minister wa technology tweta minister nga mujagujagwe nga mujagujagwe nga kugamba atambudde nako Baino gena bana Uganda kati nga jeka abali ye Bulaya abaddeko mu innovative countries ne babakomyawo ne babayingiza ne babawa positions of authority where they can actually make decisions. Mukitegeera ne mama byampuna. Good morning. So exotic cars ata nze nvuga BMW E36 318i na mukadde nga daily driver erietya Isaac erietya BMW eyo eyamoroka actually abantu abaji service ngo ina mechanic agitegeera I know someone that taught me at UMI nga avuga BMW na yeye yajeretera kuva bweru ajivuze emyaka agenda mu myaka 17 nga ajivuga. And for him, he says he has no problem. It's just that the maintenance is a little high. The maintenance costs are a little high. Nenga bofuna makanika agitegeera tekuwa buzibu. Ezemoroka tezitera kufa baba tebagitinkudde. The issue comes when that car gives you some trouble. Nefuna muka katugeze ka short circuit. Nogitwale wa wiring atagitegeera. Nayo none ebirala. Awe moroka ebe kulemye. It's like how you get sick as a person. Nogene bakora mu operation yenfu. Obane bagikola bubi. Goba wedde. That's why if you can avoid operation at any costs. We only used to eat meat on either Christmas, Easter or on New Year's Day. Those are bakati go you were in a humble background. Mwenyama yali reserved for special days. Mpozi nabagenyirwe bajja. Kuba mugenya yinza okujanga munene nnyo ne yetika ebintu bingi nnyo nga bali tebayinza butamufumbira nnyo wakati namwe omulira ku nnyama. Oba mugenyi yennyini n'agireta because I remember there were visitors that would come with meat nga bwabajja ayitira ku butcher n'atebesa kilo n'agireta ewaka. Mwe bagayi I think ate bwe natambulako ne ngenda k'ebulaya n'enjiga tokyayiranga abantu nga tolina kyotutte because you don't know how much they sacrifice to feed you. Naye abakuwadde tosi z'omugaati 2 oyinza okusanga ng'omugaati ogwo gwagu baguzizza nga badde tebajja kugula. Okitegeera era nze sikyala wa muntu bwemba sirina kyenkuleetera sijja wuwo sikyala. Arthur, it's true that second-hand clothes are banned to enter the country. There was a ban naye zikyayingira. There was a ban naye zikyayingira baba naye nga baali bazibaninga awo nange saabitegeera naye nga zikyajja abaana batikula container z'endiboota buli lunaku kati you just have to find a way around it. Good morning, Live Life UG. Narongo, Sahara and double cabin, which is good. If you ngenda byogera kencha kati pick up zancha. Good morning, Timmy. JK, we had all the best food any rich family would have. Our only problem was living in a very bad house. Oba mama we yali ata abala nnyo ngalinga Arthur. Anze mbala balaba mama wayinza yali abala nnyo ekirunyi nti bwe mwava omwayingira wuwe kati omulaba yali mubazi kyekyamutawanyanga because bwe mba mwava mweye ennyumba gye mwapangisa ngambi ne muyingira wammwe oyo kyali kimutawanya kyali kibalo tebwali bwavu. So your mother wasn't actually a poor mother. Yayinamu ku ttooke. Who else did homework on Tadova like me? I did not do homework because I just didn't do homework. Next time homework alinga mutono. Actually they started giving us homework in P7. This guy yatukubanga emigo. Oba bali bamuyitandise mujjukira na mujjukira. Guy yatukubanga emigo ntandika no dojinga class. Tudojinga class ne bankwata ne nafuna oba 10 mu P7 guy nangambi wamwe muri barogo wazijjewa. Noza namulabikiranga sisobola kuzifuna. Iyo statement sobola kujerabira. Nze najja nga nfunye 10 nga manye nkoze na bulungi. Kumbe nkoze bulungi guy nangamba wamwe muri barogo. Nze sako yako omwaka tutadoba. Actually twalina amasanyalaze fe wafe nga tugabba. Bani ababba amasanyalaze jo mbadde nkyerabidde. We were not really that harm kuba twabanga amasanyalaze. Fe amasanyalaze geda you remember it was post-paid. You use the electricity then you pay. And then they would come ne batwala fuse. Bwe batwalanga fuse ne tukozesa akawaya. Ne bajja akawaya ne bakatwala. Ne basumulula wano musake wano mu meter box sawo. Ngaliwo waya ya red eva ku muti weyingira ne bagisumula bajijjayo nga tugizaayo. It first my judge knew how to do it, then my uncle learned, then I also learned. Ngakawaya tukazaayo. Ngera chinamaga tumanyine wetu kitereka ne screwdriver. Then ngayebajja ne bakizula nti mwe mulaika amasanyalaze mugakoza because ekyemita okuba twaite tukimanyiga yote mujuli settinga ndoza ngayebajja ne batunda mu meter. They realize that the meter is still counting. Okitegeera, and then they would go to the pole nga bajja kakawaya ku muti. Naye nga nakawaya nako twakayiza amagezi ngera we get a pole ne tukazaako asanyaze nga tukimanyi tugazaako saa 12 nga tugaba sanyaze twalina we had electricity that one ekyo jjajja sinza na kimuwaayiriza era bwe gamulema nga okusasula nga artist agabba kati nga okusasula amasanyalaze bamala kutwala solido oba lwe baginonye n'omumwayo sente ne mugenda mu banka ne musasulayo kye musasudde olwo solido ne bagireka era naye asajja bagunda bagiyitanga batya UEB bagiyitanga UEB naye ate gwe era bw'oba tobeera nko mu family nga mubba amasanyalaze you don't know what the hustle means. Okubba amasanyalaze yali hustle yennyini ye enkuba egenda kutonya kati nyina parking awatali muti emiti giddugaza emmotoka yange kateeke wana I think naye onna nga ndaba ebikoola bigenda kugiyiikira. Exotic cars. Okay, why you should avoid? Obviously, ndoza bwetwogera ku background gye tuvudde. Omuntu yenna abiraba ategeera lwaki alina okwesonyiwa exotic cars. Nti your priorities right now are food. Kinuwa kyo kiikyo Salumini. Omuntu yenna ayina bw'oba wakulira mu humble background, I'm imagining that you already know why you should avoid supercars. One, your biggest priority is when we basically when we start out in life, our priority is not to actually drive cars. Our priority is to afford food first of all, afford clothing, afford a decent house. Those are normally our first priorities. Then when you have kids, you want to afford health care for them as well. You want to afford clothes, you want to afford school for them. That's why omuntu yakulira mu humble background, normally the first thing they think about is a house. When we were having a debate of should the house come first, should the car come first. Omuntu yakulira mu humble background. Ebyenyumba si byasooka okulowoozaako, because then you can have the luxury of saying a business is more important because you grew up seeing your dad doing business and flourishing in it. Kati bakula nga tutula bazadde baffe nga they are flourishing in business. We don't know about that. The things we lacked when we were growing up are the things that are our priorities when we grow up. Who else? Okay, Posho and G-Nuts Luwombo ninga binkolera. I don't know why they call it bad. It's not bad food. It's just category kogasemu n'olusawo Dr. Jonathan. I don't know. By now, on Friday we are going to have question Friday health topics totally. Tugenda kuba ne Dr. Jonathan agenda kuba live wano ku broadcast era and he will be answering your questions. Health questions nange nyine ebibuuzo ebyange bingenda okubeera ku line up. Actually Dr. Jonathan jangunga topic yo jojo ku center ngo intermittent fasting. Why? I feel very good. I feel really when nepimanga nyina nali sisa bulungi, but I actually figure that fasting is actually okay. It's not easy because food is tempting. Like omukyala akupakingira ebyokulya n'obitunulira bwoti nga butufu byetaaga kuliibwa. So Dr. Jonathan, intermittent fasting is my first question njiyisizaawo. If you add a kadodo and avocado kiba kisufu, Dr. Jonathan tomanyi nga nyama togiridde kebbanga ebyo bintu birungi. Dr. Jonathan ng'obadde olya ennyama obadde osobola okulya enkoko ng'ebyokulya ebirala byonna byonna osobola okubirya naye ng'osazeewo oleme kubirya. Naye bw'oba ebyokulya ebirala tosobola kubirya, akawunga n'ebinyeebwa si mmere nnungi. bajana kugamba okudala. I remember mom used to come to Nalia on border but nga akafufu chekamu mwakulira Nalia oba Nalia bisere bekyali kyalo nnyo ate mukene afumita mukama ezo nkejje zezifumita mukamwa taba mukene enkejje nene ko kumukene wiga benyina njawulo bannange. I came from a humble background. Manyine njawulo yankejje ne mukene waliwo bana batamimanyi gwe mmanyi enkejje ne mukene enkejje zaberanga ku lutiruli zabanga ku lutibu bakonga 10 ku lutirumu. How about Subaru BRZ? Subaru BRZ I have to research njirabe umanyi bikabya Subaru sibimanyi. I haven't taken time to educate myself about them. Depends on which car. 120 million gets you a small car in Denmark. That's little money. Ndoza muwulidde bannange. Je car tugabe 120 million e Denmark abusente. Bugula Corolla 120 million. Usoro gula Corolla nge yange. I wish I could record regarding humble background. Ojajifu na video jakubayo. Good morning Arthur and everyone. Good morning Mr. Daniel Ranga Gwadako ku live broadcast. Taxes are so high here. 150 of costs of price. Ne kumpiera naffe. Even for electric cars taxes. Arthur, is it advisable to put caveat on my property? Bobo laba there are chances that someone might steal your property. Take a caveat. I think the caveat is a security thing because caveat yagisako ya jijjako. Okitegeera. Caveat yagisako ya jijjako. There are people that I work with nga in my plans njagala because nsagala abantu bankolera. You've seen guys in the performing arts na guy yakolera katolubwama nafa ngatalina kyafunye kyokka katolubwama mugagga. Okitegeera. Because I don't want things like that. With every fortunate chance we get a project that is a little big, abantu bange benkola nabo ngenda baterekiranga sente zaabwe mbagulire plot naye abamu kubemmanyi njabateranga ku caveat. Lwaki nyina abantu abamu bemmanyi nga nebo omwa plot n'ekyapa kye enkyo omusanga abitunzi. Okitegeera kati abantu bwe bato muterako caveat nge ettaka lirye nenga tasobola kukola ki nga tasobola kulitunda. Why? You guys mwabatali performing arts temumanyi. I've seen artists that make a lot of money nenga because of poor planning nafanga mwavu ne batandika okwekwasa abantu be yakolanga nabo nenga ate be yakolanga nabo mulimu ate abafunyemu. So caveat is a safety measure. You can put a caveat wobana dalangora ba waliwo threat yokolaki because ekyapa kyo bwe kibera ko caveat teri asobola kukitu nawe wenyini tosobola kutunda okujja ngogenze nojjako caveat. Okitegeera. With your 50 to 60 million you can buy yourself zero mileage car in Qatar. Qatar ngemotoka za rais nene 1 million nsanvu ofuna ka start neka ate start bwe ba million nsanvu kitegeeza mu Nissan eyo waliwo motoka oba million ngana kuba Nissan should be cheap. Good morning Musomesa Samuel Sisye. Also with 70 million you can buy your zero mileage Starlet from Toyota Uganda. Exactly. But Mr. Ranga, gwe omanya abantu bameka nga ina million nsanvu za gula motoka e Kampala wano. How many people? Era kyemanya abantu abasinga abaziguze mu through financing. Oshite gwe million nsanvu zimanyi ngogenda zigula mu motoka. Million nsanvu zizimba apartment. At apartment was full of boy agala zimba apartment ndala and things like that. Okitegeera. Why wasn't the Toyota Supra not common here in Uganda? I don't know because kari more super. But I can't tell you why. For us we used to go mine plaster sand in order to raise school fees. Man, I take wali humble you know. You guys, your background was too humble. Katimi I had the opportunity of having childhood. Into childhood tetwakolanga. Live life UG. Man, gwatebera humble nnyo. Soko bere humble for some time. Ofuba okulaba nga abaana bo tebayitambye wayitamu. N'abazzukulu bo tebayitambye wayitamu. Gwatiso bakolere legacy. Tugenda tulowooza nti okubonaabona. And people that have grown up from very, very humble backgrounds tend to think that it's okay for people to suffer. It's not. Kati gwe live life UG oyinokola nnyo okole legacy. Okakasenti family yo. Shielding against that kind of suffering again. Because twina we tugenda okutuka ng'okumininga sand in Uganda tekiri possible. Kati abazzukulu b'abaana bo bayinza okutuuka nga tebakyalina we bamininga sand. Okitegeera kitegeeza gwe atandikirwako obulamu obulungi bwe weesiriwaza obulamu obubi bujja kudda. Excuse me. Hey man, live life UG. I was chased from the physics class for the entire third term of high school at Chibuli because I refused to be punished for others' faults. Agote wali hambo jeke. Na era jeke. Mama o just yali mubazi nnyo temwali nnyo hambo. Gwe omwana ali ennyama gwe omanyi omwana ali ennyama nga basobola okulya ennyama buli lunaku. Muba hambo gwe temwali hambo. Ze kugambye ennyama twagiranga mu halves nga tezaali nga intended. Ne kati half esooka ya east quarters ziba quarters. Quarter esooka ya easter. Quarter eddako yali ya lunaku ki. Sudwe na mugongo olowooza. Then quarter eddako eba ya desi. Ennyama twagiranga mu zikota. Yeah. Arthur, have you recognized that abroad people drive cars with big CC? But here in Uganda, most people drive with small CC. Chiraika mathi mungi. Antipade, mathi waffe Kampala. Tetumugenderera. Tuyina okubana. Kampala oyina okuba ne mathi. I'm telling you that ngoyagala okakasa nti mathi we Kampala si mugenderera ali mu mbeera yaffe. MP ava mu parliament. N'amala omwaka nga avuga V8. Omwaka gugenda owero ogwokusatu ngazzeeyo wansi. Ngatanso vuga bwaba avuga emotoka ya sisi nene abavuga nga super custom oba pick up ngeri multitasking bwagenda kufamu asobola okufuna amatooke okitegeera bwakole kugamba bavuga bwabava mu parliament they come back to life aba mmoroka eza sisi 13 because sisi 13 ziba nyingi okitegeera abebwero babivuga because probably n'amafuta gawe nago siga bei nyonga gawano okitegeera because ngenda ba mafuta US nise unakugabaga bei $1 5 zawana nekati ate wabwe $1 ntono nnyo okitegeera because I remember the time I was in Europe you eat a burger menu for like €1 €2 cents, €1 5 cents, €1 10 cents, which if you just want a burger you can get that burger for 50 babu itapatia butono 50 euro cents. Arthur, we got our USC result. I looked for the master just to rub my results in his face, especially physics, because his harsh punishment didn't yield what he wanted. Cheche wagambye JK abantu babeera with low self-esteem, and their low self-esteem ebaleetera okwagala to try to push others down because they have low self-esteem. Kiri nnyo mu police yaffe ya Uganda, kiri nnyo mu government ministries and government offices. People have low self-esteem, very low self-esteem. Nti wafunne obudde obulaga omuntu amaanyi ayagala. We were at UMI the other day and someone was complaining about the professional courses. The people there are mismanaging. They are not very good. Okubira omuntu say I'm driving my kids to school, I cannot. Kati okute yachi woba you're driving your kids to school okitegeera because she just wants to rub it in your face that she's driving her kids to school okitegeera and they are really disorganized. Kyali badde kirungi ne weematira ng'oli organized naye they are even disorganized naye beematira simply because yafuna akalimu ka government. And you guys that don't know, abantu abakola mu government tebabagoba munnange, tebabagoba as long as are pleasing amuli waggulu. Gwe kasita supervisor waba happy omulimu tegusobola kuggwako. That's government in Uganda. Tebagoba. Era omuntu wa government asobola obeera mulimu n'amanya ajja kufa oba ajja kuretiringa nga akyali mu government. You are coming for me, why? Dodo, I love it so much. Guys, don't forget to like the Bwebale Bajuk. So you guys are 40. Like the broadcast. I need 40 likes nange. Nange sichali hambo. My woman actually loves Mukene. Mukazi wa mwono na omwanya nyama. Katukanga Mukene amuyo. Nange sewo kati Mukene muyo ya. Nenga turudo kuya ku Mukene. Neru tuamuli anga buli lunaku. Mukene n'akawunga, Mukene ne lumonde, Mukene ne muwogo, Mukene ne n'amayune, Mukene n'obukupa, Mukene n'omuceere, Mukene n'akawunga, Mukene na hey. We don't know. Many ezali nga wajjajja. Mukama Katonda. Anything you eat for survival turns out to be bad. I have a friend who eats cassava and yams because that's all they had. She detests those foods. Na jundi naddala ejjuni lyabwa ayise mulireke. Terirabika na kulabika. It's a rare food nayo kati ejjuni twalibadde tuliyita exotic. But akawunga ka muwogo kalinga ddagala tumipa naho. Akawunga ka muwogo tetwakalyanga naye nze sinza. Ne kalina lwe kawooma akawunga ka muwogo kale n'ebyennyanja ebikalu
kaina geje katestinga mu etali ya bulijjo kali exotic. Morning Arthur, good morning Nelson, Ibanda morning. Lirika asose amasanyaze naffe twagabanga twali ntebe eyo manyango mu quarters. Atabba ku masanyaze kuti wali mu humble background oba wali very humble. Kati ababba amasanyaze twali mu humble background abatagabanga tebali humble abatagabanga abala atabo bali kuba tebagalina. Subaru BRZ is a collaboration between Subaru and Toyota. In fact, they made 3 cars that are exactly the same. That is Subaru BRZ, Toyota GT86, that now GR86, and finally the Sion FRS all have Subaru engine. I hope I remember to read about them. In P7 I used to have only 1 book for 4 subjects, then skip some classes in case they chase. Live life UG. Nze simanyi na bitabo bye nalina kubanga obolu muno okuwandika saawandikanga. Simanyi nze kyemanyi saayinako textbook mu primary. Saayinanga nsawo nabanga na buveera. Ani abeeranga n'akaveera nga backpack? Nabeeranga na buveera. Ng'otuguliramu ebyokulya kwotwalanga ng'ensawo. Big income are not common in Denmark because of the exorbitant taxes. But road tax for every year for a 2000cc car is about 1.6 million. I think that should be introduced in Uganda. Bana basajja bayiti tumanyira. Batekeko tax na million ngannyo okuvuga emmotoka ya cc 13 and above. Batulinyirira. Na kuitako na kuvuma jayo kapoti. Okitegeera. Gas is cheaper abroad than it is in Uganda. Kati omanyira omuntu ali ebulaya amuyise gas sebo fe tumita petroli kulisi mugwanya. Here in Uganda we call it petroli. Arthur, me I fetch school water for its cooking and for making bricks for the school. Some days it could rain and our classmates could tell us and me and my stepbro to go out and mix soil, laughing at us. Man, may I remember my best friend then yafakati bali bomuyita Katotoni yali ku basare ninga bagenda ku farm ne balima nendo tata we yali jalinga mulamu. Tata we twagenda okutegeera nti jali mukuziika nga mufanana naga sajja gazaalo ne gatalabira getaga ntube kuba emigo paka bwe gazirika. Lwaki muzaala abaana be mutasobola kulabirira? Ate nga tata we yali ayinawo ku ttooke naye yagana omulabira ye ne waswa nga mama waabwe yafaafaga ate nga mama waabwe naye ali bubi. Okite yasooka of course Kato basare yasooka yamuwa twalimu MDD basare yasooka then naye nga of course nga alina okugenda alime n'okulima n'okukola emirimu emirala okitegeera. So you would go and do that. Ebyo saabikolako nalinga ku basari ntwagenda simanyi oba you guys kati mwe abakulya mu humble background muteeka okuba mumanyi omwami gwe bayita omugeye Moses Kalule Kasujja. Abakulira mu humble background n'abali mu very humble amanyi omugeye Moses Kalule Kasujja nga asomera ku basare yatwe weewumulire. Twatoba twagenda emitiyana ku somero ku Trinity College. I joined Trinity College in senior 2 because region nali ate yo wali wabi nnyo nga tuli ebijanjala ebikawa nokkawa kuba twasaswanga emitwalo 13 mu boarding. That is 2003. Kaneva tugenda emitiyana twagenda okumanya twali bangi mu kilasi nga tusula mu ekire misana ntusomeramu. Kati ngoyizo okulaba guy n'afuka kyaliwo olwali noddamu mulaba weeks 3 mu maaso nga n'omukwano gwaggwawo. Ngoyizo kwana akawala leero noddamu kalaba miezi nga 3 mu maaso nga kalina boyfriend nga ate kamufuna we muteera bidaawo. Naye twali bangi kati awo twasasulanga mitwalo 15 boarding. Naye twali bangi ng'emmere olumu tetumala. Itiyana. Europe they drive small cars like UG. America big cars. Gulf countries big, but now they are also changing to medium. I think it's an environmental issue, like in Moses. East Asia they drive small cars. About the Toyota Supra, limited numbers were made, so it's becoming a collector's item. It's now expensive. Most Ugandans can only afford the cheaper sporty cars like Subaru. Daniel. Onodda wabasa abavuzi ba Subaru ng'ogambe they can avoid the cheaper sporty cars like Subaru. Banange abantu mwenonyeza ebizibu oyagala funa depression. Abaana ba Subaru akantu ako banange babayo akakanka kube screenshot obansobola screenshot yange screenshot tab ebuze n'okubula nina kataabu kange wano ku Samsung nga kakola screenshot niwe mba nkola live broadcast kabula waliwo comment zetaaga oku screenshotinga Daniel Ranga bakunoneko emisoba kana akantu kakola screenshot tekola ekoze Daniel Ranga mbadde manyi banzigiddeko ddala I never wanted to comment naye mbwakaveera as a backpack